Greetings and salutations. I am Bajongles, and if you enjoy my content, consider following me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Bajongles1, where I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at noon Pacific Standard Time. You could also, if you'd be so kind, check out my Bluesky and Tumblr, both at BigBoyArt1, username Bajongles. Also, if you wanted to check my VODs out, consider liking and subscribing here on YouTube. It would be much appreciated. And with that, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? I'm doing quite good. Today is more Artfight. Hmm. Pardon me for drinking water. But yeah, water. Water's good. I suppose I will just get right to Artfight because I'm very excited. This is a character somebody has named Guffaw. Uh, very on brand. They're a jester. I'm a clown. As it is, as it be. Uh, I wanted to give myself a little bit of not a challenge, but like I wanted to test myself a little bit with like this face. Uh, getting somebody's face right is a little challenging. Oh, and also all these tendrils in the hat are like really cool looking. And let me get to that. All right, what pose? The pose is very important. Also, uh, I'm excited to say because I wasn't streaming on Sunday, that means there's no Sunday VOD. But what that means is I don't have to do that art, which means I have more time to work on a PNG tuber model for the game that I'm gonna be playing. And I have the polls on my socials. Shout out to my socials. At Big Bar One, username Bajongles on Blue Sky and Tumblr. As well as shout out to my Discord. For, like I have polls over all over there. Of like, hey, what game should I play? And it seems like In a Dream Barbecue is in the lead by a wide margin. So while the polls are not done yet, there could be a last minute shakeup. There could be a last minute shakeup, but it does really seem like it's going to be Dream Barbecue. So I'm gonna be working on a PNG tuber model for that, and I think I want to do Froggy. That being said, how am I gonna? Although this character, like, it may not be super obvious with like the framing, but the character does canonically have dwarfism, so I'm gonna need to do that, right, like with the anatomy. I need to figure out how, like, what kind of pose, what kind of pose should I do, y'all? Also, this is a fantasy setting that this character is from, and he can canonically do wondrous magic, so I'm not sure what that looks like. So I'm just gonna have like fun, like sparkles and stuff, like he's doing a performance. Also, this person has like a fun little video up of the characters from the setting doing Harpy Hair by Yaloker. I might actually pop that link in chat. I'm putting this here to remember or try to remember to put the link in the bio of the VOD once it comes up to be like, hey, here's the video where it's from. Wink wink nudge nudge. Their art's pretty cool. As you can probably see, I'm very excited. I don't like how straight that body is, so I'm gonna... There we go, merge those like they were. I really like that I was able to like merge these in and have this just be one like fun little divider. I'm gonna do a difficult pose actually. Let me go on Pinterest real quick. Shout out Pinterest, you need to get the AI slop off your fucking website. Uh love you bunches. I use you for art reference. That's why I have strong feelings about that. Handstanding pose. That's right, it's gonna be a handstanding pose. Why am I getting no handstands? Okay, here's one. Here's one that's pretty okay. I don't want one from the side. I want one straightforward. Okay. There's some ones that look a little too uh like flexibility focused. Oh, here's also that's also a pretty good one. That's also a pretty good one, but I kind of want to do one that is like on one hand. Ooh, alternatively, I found one that's pretty cool. Okay, that Jevil art's pretty cool. I'll show that later. But like there's some really flexible Jevil fan art that I see every once in a while and are on my in my art references board that I love to bits, but those poses are not correct for me right now. Uh Open image in new tab. Wait, no, I do want to do a one hand like balancing handstand pose. I was correct the whole time. I was correct the whole time. I was just second guessing my brilliance. Now let's see if I can find an actually good one. You're pretty good. You're also pretty good. Uh, there's only a couple. That flexibility is absurd. I'm jealous. All right, let me see. Yeah, this is a good one to work off of. All right. Pardon me. Sorry that I'm taking so long to find it. I should have probably done this before stream, but hindsight is 2020, and this is the year of our clown 2025. Hey Dicey, hey Gremlin, how's it going? How are y'all doing today? It's good to see you. I'm working on more Artfight, as you can see. This character who's really interesting. Oh, sick. What you drawing? Oh, also, I forgot to put on the music. Let me put on some music real quick. There we go. Has been validated. Oh, which corporation? What did they do this time? Is it just like a general hatred of corporations? Because I have that. An actual profile picture from my mic blog. Ooh. Which mic are you doing? Oh, V Shoujo? Yeah, but we've kind of all been hating V Shoujo for a while, so, well. All three? Ah, sick. Also, fun fact, the names of the mics, like, their actual names, at least, like, Jongler, is a reference to the Spamton Sweepstakes cat petters. And, like, all the cat mini games in the mic fight are from cat petters. Which is really important because, like, image_friend is like the weird egg that Noelle found, and it's so insane. Why is this here? Why does it have important stuff if it's just kind of a shitpost? Why do you think I called them that in my blog? Ah, fair enough. I mean, there is a real mic. It's just a big microphone in the back corner. Did you know the Pippas can hatch then? I did know that they could hatch. I mean, one, like, the Spamton fight, they hatch into Spamtons. If you don't have Spamton with you, it hatches in your inventory. I didn't know that. What does it become? A little petter cat? Yeah. But, I am a little bit disappointed in V's Shoujo, just, like, in general. They're not the only, like, bad VTuber agency, like, company this year, but also that just makes it more sad. It's merely implied to hatch so far, but it makes chirping noises? Ah, I see. What if it becomes friend? What if we have a friend inside our inventory? Maybe the inventory was us all along, and we have a friend inside us. Dogs will go insane? Good. But what about specifically? I need to share the insanity. I need to also go. Listen, if somebody's going to go insane, I need to join them or else I'll feel lonely. I've seen cowboys all day, please. Listen, I grew up on old westerns. Man. I love cowboys. I'm eating up the cowboy shit. Also Woody Theory, chapter 5, let's fucking go. Listen, if there's a friend inside me, and there's an image and device_friend respectively, that means that there's a friend to be inside us. Although a positive note of Cowboys today is I heard the villain song from Home on the Range. Good. Incredibly peak song. That's on the wrong goddamn layer again. Maybe the 500 KV shoujo were supposed to pay the... We're the friends we made along the way, maybe. Wait, what's this IDF? Because I know about the one that we all know about. What's this one? I missed it, yeah. Yeah, I absolutely love Alameda Slim. Oh, Immune Deficiency Foundation. That is the good... You know what? That is the good IDF. The Immune Deficiency Foundation. once I have enough followers to like have affiliate and like to start being able to do charity stuff, I think I want to like eventually do a charity stream for them. Them in St. Jude and like, you know, all these sorts of groups. Also, I've apparently become a blog favorite. Ooh, do tell. All right, how's this man's neck? Do we see? Okay, his neck is big like this. Let's see. Your art. Let me look. Oh, I see growth in your drawing. My immediate thought with like the mask is Spider Gwen. Not sure why. I'll have to hear more about that. Let me see. I socialize with an El Nino and La Nino blog. Oh, that's sick. It's the hood. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably the like the eye holes in the hood. Man, is that the same like is that the same one that had the child? Okay, his nose is sort of squat and round. Okay, I'm studying the art of this man's mouth. she she is the child. I see, of course. Fun fact, I looked in the mirror and like smiled, and I noticed I have like those cartoony, like you know how like a cartoony smile mouth has like this, or like or like this. I have these. I have these when I smile, and that makes me very happy. I have like the funny cartoony smile. They're get The bots are getting more convincing looking. It's because you have fat cheeks. I do. I do. My face is very pretty and round. And it turns out the midpoint between a really strong square jaw and a pointy jaw is a pretty round face, so I'm not mad. Yeah. Good job, Nightbot. Yeah, we salute you, Nightbot. We salute you. You're doing really good work. Have it be, yeah, sort of round. Your nose is actually smaller than this, but I sort of did that, but forgot to like erase the bad parts, so it kind of is moot. I'm imagining if Nightbot could also recognize compliments, it would be so. Yeah, we appreciate Nightbot. Yeah, looking at this guy's nose, he kind of has a ratty nose. I don't say that as an insult. His nose kind of reminds me of a rat. Did you know that rats can crawl up pipes? So like they're especially in places with a lot of rats like Chicago, uh there are cases of rats just like crawling through up into their toilets. I want Nightbot to feel appreciated. God damn it, same. Feel appreciated. I know you don't have feelings because you're a robot, but like, do it anyways. Do it anyways. You've done enough good work for me that I appreciate you. Let me double check the mouth. Okay, it needs a little bit of work on the bottom part, so I'm gonna redo that. Did you know cats can crawl into any space their head can fit in? Yes, because I have 3 cats, and I am painfully aware of that fact at all times when they do anything. Your mics are uncles? Hey, Uncle Mike. Hey, Uncle Mike. Yo, sup, Uncle Mike? Okay. The bottom of the mouth is like when it opens is a bit squarer, so I should probably like focus on that a bit. There we go. Get you. Uh, do you ever just have a collective Uncle Mike? Uh, no, but I do have one uncle. Technically, I have two, but I've kind of like distanced myself from one side of my family for reasons. I can squeeze through any passage. That is technically true, but it's actually, I thought it was 8. Yeah, no, wait, no, actually, that might not be true. I thought it was 8. I heard 8 centimeters. Now, which one of us is false? Let me double check. Squeeze. Small space. Raccoon, small space. Okay, let me do the conversion, because that's an imperial. Okay, so it's still, I was like, oh, 4 inches. I was like, that's 10 centimeters. I've heard they could get smaller than that. So, like, we might both be wrong? Google might be wrong? Common, Google L, frankly. I just remembered it from that post about raccoons being able to squeeze into small holes. Yeah, no, that's where I remember it from too. Is somebody talking about that? Let's see. What them teeth do. Okay, you have a bit of a tooth gap, and that makes me kind of happy. I I must say this is an incredibly British man. I mean, given the fact that like this person made the person with this character made a harpy hair animation of these characters, like not just this one, but like their other characters, leads me to imply that that's probably part of the intention. They're meant to look very British. There we go. What character are we iconoclasting today anyways? True. So this is a jester named Guffaw. They are quite interesting. Basically, they got captured by the queen, and that's why in this one he's in shackles. It's basically a fantasy world where like clowns are the aristocracy, and so like you know, not like clowns as a species like in some fantasy, but like they're culturally clowns, and that's very cool, I think. Get those droopy ass sad almond shaped eyes that I like. By the way, yes, I do like the sort of droopy sad looking eyes. I don't know why. I really don't know why. See if I straighten this out and make this a little more square, then it'll be a bit more accurate. Make the Queen D. Snyder as a treat. Well, I'm not drawing the Queen right now, but I may later, because this person's characters are really cool. I might just do, like, generally fan art of them. Like, it's really sick. Okay. Okay. I'm figuring out faces, and that's very cool. How is your... Yeah, you have a bit of a rounder... There we go. But yes, I would love nothing more than to make the Queen D. Snyder. Actually, let me pop up an image of the Queen just to show you. It's also on their Artfight page. An image, a new tab. So there's no layer. Seeing D. Snyder dressed like this would, like, give me life. Like, that would give me life. Like, that's so fun. That's so silly. Dee Dee. God, now I'm imagining D. Snyder going into Dexter's laboratory and messing with things. That's so fun. Didi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of my lab!
Water's very tasty.
Nolder, like much like Schneider. And let me. God, dicey. Remember when people were like going, yeah, Mike's a cat. Because I don't actually, right? But like I've seen people talk about it with like the Mike fight. And it's like, okay, so what's really interesting is that the Pluie design, shout out to Pluie, who's like the cat Mike, is has like the Spampton eyes, right? But like we didn't associate the image underscore friend with cat Mike. So now Pluie just looks like friend. Like, Pluie just looks like friend, and that's so weird to me. It's so weird that Pluie just looks like friend. Like, because friend came from, like, Noelle's, like, cat petter's egg that wouldn't hatch, and left due to to happiness. That's because oh yeah, true. That's why Pluie looks like Fred. Yeah, but also can I just say I loved the like post that was just like we implemented Pluie and gave no fucking explanation. That is like hands down one of my favorite Toby Fox posts. Just Didi. I'm challenging the senatorial class. Hold on. Let me see if I can read that properly. Aren't disregarding parents' aren't discarding parents' responsibility for curating their children's media consumption and making sure it's age appropriate. I see. You know, attempts not aren't. Oh, let's see. Senatorial classes attempt at discarding parents' responsibility for curating their children's media. So that is a very true thing that we could talk about. That is a true thing that we could talk about. Okay, so that feels like one of the cases where it's like, all right, there's a law against something, right? Or not a law against something, but there's like laws that put something that should be at a parent's discretion into the hands of the government, which is never good, even if it has really good intentions, which it may or may not have. I don't know enough, I'm gonna be honest. Like, there are some things that do have to be, like, a parent's responsibility in raising their child. Because, like, people are complicated, and children more so, especially. Okay, I'm actually really happy with this. I'm gonna draw the cap like this to show, like, yeah, the ears are behind that. Don't worry about it. And, like, a little bit of hair sticking down, because I think that's fun. There we go. But yeah, no, Pluie looks like Friend, and that's upsetting to me, because there's also the Friend faces in the Cat Petters minigame. Like, the more I delve into Deltarune chapters 3 and 4, the more insane I'm going. I'm going insane, Batman. All it takes is one Pluie. It's also rooted in a yeah, it's a very puritanical, like, specifically Protestant puritanical spirit. Fun fact, the Puritans were laughed out of Europe. Like, Shakespeare makes fun of the Puritans, and growing up in the United States, I fully understand why, because they're the foundation of this shit. Like, the Puritans are like the rotten core of the United States. And they were laughed out of fucking Europe. They're like, I want religious freedom, and else was like, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha, like Nelson from The Simpsons. Yeah, no, exactly. They suck. They suck bad balls, and not in a good way. They don't suck balls like a gay man. They suck balls like pollution. You know, like when like when I dig deep into, like, Deltarune, not so much Undertale, because I already, like, have gone insane with Undertale. I've been insane with Undertale. I was there since 2015. I was in there. But, like, Deltarune makes me feel like I'm going, like, doubly insane, and I say that with love. I love the game dearly. But also, like, god damn. What do you mean there's a tale of hell that should not be followed? What do you mean? And why are people associating it with Friend? They suck balls like the vacuum. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, it sucks balls like a Hoover. You know, like, I don't know how to make heads or tails, but oh, with like the Tale of Hell bit in chapter 4. Like I don't understand. Also, sorry for anybody listening who is like hasn't played Deltarune or hasn't caught up to like chapter 4. It was like god damn. There's like so much, and also I haven't really seen people talk all that much about like, I guess because it's obvious, but like, the foreshadowing with Asgore and like, okay, so there's something really interesting in the game files. I may have talked about this, I may not have talked about this, but we need to talk about the mail. We need to talk about Pepe Sylvia real quick. So you know that thing that copies your movements in like the bunker segment of like the funny like mantle game? So it has beta art that is a deer that is black and white in the same way that the white cloaked like white mage that follows you has beta art as a normal deer, which means that the white mage, which is obviously Noelle with her ice powers being a deer, means that who's the other deer sister? Des. So, and also, why is Des mirroring Chris's movements? That's important narratively. I think the Knight and Chris are narrative foils in some sort of way, but we don't know yet. Oh, but that being said, so there's a variable that can turn the creature back into its art, like its beta art in the files. Do you want to know what that do you want to know what that variable is called? It's called Torio. What does Toriel have to do with the knight? I feel like I'm going insane. It's like, what do you mean variable that turns the creature into the Des deer is Toriel? What do you mean? And like, it's very obvious that it's meant to like be seen because again, it's called Toriel. And also, he knows his community. He knows we're like scrounging around for little secrets in the code. We're looking for little scrumptious secrets. And like all that with the Asgore stuff with like Flower Man trapped in asylum, which we all kind of already know about, like the two meanings of asylum and all that. Plus, like him seeing a like him holding a black shard of some kind, maybe a shadow crystal, maybe just a black shard. Maybe the black shard is the katana. I don't know. But like, okay, cool. What is Toriel doing here? Like, Dicey, do you have an answer to that? Sorry to bother you while you're drawing. Like, I know you're drawing and just listening in, and I'm like engaging a lot. But still, what are your thoughts on this? What are your theories? Because I'm going insane. You see, you're the perfect reason why I'm staying out of theorizing circle right now. Yeah, and you're so right for that. You're so right for that. And at the same time, like, I envy you, because I can't. I can't stay out of the theory circles. But like I feel like I'm going fucking insane. And like, fun fact, I'm not even in the theory circles. I'm just thinking. This is all like coming from my brain. I'm staying in the headcanon corner, thanks. Splendid, the headcanon corner. Listen, you are objectively correct for that. However, I'm nuts. I'm insane, Batman. Batman, I'm going insane. Have you heard about Bluey? There's a friend inside me, Batman. Like, I feel nutty. And also, there's still people in the year of our clown 2025 who are like thinking that a lot of the actions that are taken in the weird route are like Chris, and it's like, no, that's us. Chris would not be doing this. Take accountability for your actions, god damn it. And no, it's not Gaster making it happen, it's us. It's us. You're playing the game. The game is about the association between, like, the player in the game and the game creator. Like, why do you think you're not the focal point of the whole, like, weird route? Take some accountability, please. Maybe we are WD Gaster. Yeah, well, you know, maybe, but also we talk to Gaster at the end of Chapter 4. Like, he talks to us, just, ah, yes, my Deltarune. And he also talks to us if we keep trying to fight the knight. So like, if we're Gaster, are we talking to ourselves? Is it that sort of thing where he's like this, like shattered through time and space, or is that just like an Undertale thing? Because like the characters do change between the games, but does he? I don't know, and I kind of don't care about Gaster right now. Honestly, all I want is for Gaster to say the line from Genocide, "You think you are above consequences." Fair enough. We have I see. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. That would be pretty interesting and kind of makes sense narratively with like the fact that the soul is controlled by every player. Right? Like we are all collectively the soul. Now, is that gonna pan out? It makes sense. And it would be interesting narratively. You know, like, Dicey, I just remembered a thing. So, Gaster does not, or you know, the voice or whatever you want to call him, he genuinely might not be Gaster is the thing. But that's regardless. That's not what I'm talking about right now. He does not care. He does not, like, speak out when you're in the weird route. Because, like, the weird route and the normal route, just like as things are both within the possibilities that he's seen. He's like, right? they're just like parts of the game that you can play. But when you do stuff that like breaks it, like trying again and again against the knight, because like we're supposed to lose that fight, right? That is what's supposed to happen. We're told we're gonna lose the fight. Uh, like at the end, there's a cutscene that sort of makes us lose anyway. But if we keep trying again and then again, he speaks to us, and he says different things, and so that leads me to believe that he also wants the prophecy changed. He doesn't want whatever's happening, and maybe he's not a good guy. I don't think he is. I don't think he is a good guy because he's woke Geister, the royal scientist. But like, but, uh, but like I definitely think he wants the same thing as like a lot of the other characters, for the prophecy to change. And also, and I think that like he only talks to us when there's like a big change in something. Which leads me to a question, why did he talk to us at the end of chapter 4 then? Talking about how we're at the halfway point and like here's, our Deltarune and all that and such. And I think maybe the prophecy is starting to diverge a little bit. That would be interesting. And I think it's the fault of Susie. Because there's like a lot of narrative stuff going on with Susie right now. She's very important and I love her dearly. She is my child. Okay, if I do this and get rid of that, then maybe I can look at this a little better. Okay, yeah, the line is moving to be more like that. Which means actually, I could just sort of have these lines out like this. And sort of have... Okay, so you need to be shortened a little bit. There we go. As I've been exercising, I've become keenly aware of the muscles of the legs, so I'm like, nah, that doesn't work. No, that's bad. And that means I'm getting better at anatomy, which is great. God, there's something in my brain telling me that the legs are too short, but also, like, he has dwarfism. That's... So like, I don't know if it, like, they might still be too short, I think. Yeah, they were just too short. There we go. Man, like, if that is the case with, maybe they could be a little bit shorter, actually, just like a little bit. But yeah, like, if that's the case with Gaster, of like, interested because we're changing fate, why did he say that we're at the halfway point? Is that Gaster at all? We don't know. Most likely, like, it's very likely that that's Gaster, but it's not guaranteed. Going to the kneecap. Okay, they do need to be a bit shorter, but just by a little bit. Actually, that's a lot of bit, but like, it looks better because now there's bulk on him. Okay, I'm actually gonna need this leg to be a bit wider apart. For balance reasons. Because, like, you know, there's this all the way out here, so you should balance it, like, weight-wise. Over there, that looks a lot better. And, you know, a lot of people are, like, want to attribute a lot of stuff to Gaster, but he seems like just sort of an observer. He's an active observer is the way I've heard it. Like the sort of narrative idea that he seems to be is that he is not a passive observer. He's not just sort of sitting back and watching things happen, but he's also like not doing anything. He has opinions. He has opinions and he has input, and he might have a bigger role in the story. He probably will. Also, what if he's not the one in the bunker? You know the in the chapter 4 stuff with like the bunker and the mini game. Like that's the person we get the Shadow Mantle from, and then we end up getting the Shadow Mantle. What if, and hear me out, whatever's in the bunker is not Gaster? There is no reference for this man's, like, shoes. But I can see a little bit and I can guess. This person really, like, the person who made this character really needs to have, like, a full body, like, reference sheet. Due to the night rushing into the bunker. Yeah, no, I think you're right on that. Is that because the night came in, that like it's probably not Gaster? I don't think Gaster is it. How do I put this? So I think he's in Deltarune the game in the real world, but I don't think he's in Deltarune the reality and universe. Right, like that seems kind of boring narratively to me. Because, like, there's obviously gonna be something with him, but I think it's not gonna be like, oh, he's actually the boss of Chapter 7, and you have to fight Winggaster in this, like, super epic boss fight. It's like, that doesn't sound right to me. I don't know, that doesn't sound like Toby Fox's style of game, you know? That's the thing with like with game theories. But hey, that's just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching. But you know, like that's the thing with game theories, and like any media theory really, is that you really have to take into consideration the author in order to theorize, because there's just some stuff that doesn't make sense. Also, if the bunker is going to be chapter 7, which I think it is because of chapter 4 stuff, that it's likely that we're going to fight the knight, and then the knight's not going to be the final boss because of like what happens with the creature. That like, you know, copies Chris's movements and is meant to represent the knight and becomes a black and white deer. I'm sorry to the Carol Knight truthers. One of my closest friends is a Carol Knight truther. Uh, doesn't seem very likely, but I don't hate the theory. That's why I love having an Ask blog with a storyline. They only know me from vague posts. My mic blog, so theories are difficult, lol. Ah, incredibly based and true of you. Incredibly based. You see, I am a mystery. Okay. Should that be enough funny little gesture bits on the hat? I think maybe. There we go, and now I can do like that. Last time I saw someone think like that, it was Hella Neighbor, and I really don't want to be like them. Yeah. I honestly want to see theories on Omega Mike now, though, but I'm trying not to think like that. Oh yeah, the big like just image of a microphone. I think that might just have been a joke. Like, I'm not sure, because again, it's Toby Fox, but... Oh, your mic. The other Ask blog linked in my description on Tumblr. Ah, right. Oh, yeah, that one. I'm Mike Neo. Now, remember when Chapter 3 bosses were, like, theories? Were like, I am Mike Neo. Through the power of Mike, I'll beat you. And instead, we got something, like, honestly way better than we could have ever conceived of. Drawing this fuck ass hat. I love it so much, but it's also probably gonna be annoying. This one will be a bit long because there's gonna be a bit of a shorter one here. Belt. There we go. And I'm like, I was rambling to a friend like late last night, not last night, but like late one night, because it was a bit ago now. Like ranting about like all the connections in my brain, involving like the tutorial stuff with like the weird variable and like Asgore. It's like, what if she did something, and like that something is why Asgore started on the case, and like the family split apart, and it's like a weird complicated family thing now. I've chilled out on that a lot, but like I was like rambling like an actual madman. Like I was actually insane about Pepe Sylvia. I was seeing things in the mail, man. Funny how high the one writing a madman is less insane than you. Yeah, it's, reality's stranger than fiction. Wait, writing a madman? Tell me about the madman you're writing. Is it Mike? Or is it just like, uh, or is it like an original story thing? It's Mike, yeah, I see. Disregard maidens. Obtain currency. I might adjust this eye. There we go.
Also, can I just say that fan name is ugly to me? What's Badat's fan name?
Grippins? Gripping these nuts? Like that that's not a good name. Who did that? Who did that to Badat? Who's responsible? Their penis should be ripped in twain for their sins.
Like, yeah, I get it. He's a Green Pippins, but also, what the fuck?
Nah, people should be calling. Also Badat kind of sounds like Matt Pat, and I think that might be intentional with the green.
Someone called him that in your asks.
I'm so sorry, bro. That's awful. That's an awful name, genuinely. Whoever came up with that name, please get better at names. Like I'm not hating you. I'm just hating the idea.
Like, the speech indicators called him Badat, not fucking Grippins.
Grippins. He's gripping this dick. You know, sometimes I just lock the fuck in when it comes to a face, and I like that a lot. I like drawing faces. Happy have you buried all your children. Tell me so I say. I grip my penis in the car door. You gripped your penis. You know that Grippins is a bad name when somebody keeps making dick jokes about it. Also, that sounds like a fucking hobbit from Lord of the Rings. Like, literally, like, one of the characters is Pippin. Like, Merry and Pippin. You know, there's Merry, Pippin, Bilbo, Frodo. Like Grippins is a hobbit-ass name. I might name somebody, like, in a random thing Grippins and see how people react. I'm gonna be honest. Just, I'm Grippins. I'm gonna grip you. I think what really upsets me about it is that it's a mix of Green and Pippins. Like, it's not even that creative of a name, and it's still so bad. Griffin sounds like a goddamn peak joke character. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like an awesome, like, joke character. I might steal that name. I'll steal it, and no one will ever know. It's not like this is on recording or anything. Wait. Um, uh, um, I'm not stealing. Okay, so faces do take longer, but also they're quite good. Look at this. Look at this lad. Look at this man. This man has a mortgage. You cannot convince me that this man does not have to pay a mortgage. I'm actually gonna, like, raise these up so that he's smiling more. My cheeks are fat, my pussy's popping. There we go. I just realized that, like, minus like the hair, this looks like one of my exes in like in like 30, 40 years. No, 30 years. That's very funny. I know the highlighting and shading is gonna be different because like his head is different. It's upside down. No, I'm not gonna do that. I will do this part of it though, and then I can allude to the lips with color. Okay, actually these flow like that. What other wrinkles do I need to add to make him look old? Ah, forehead, of course. Make the eye a little farther away, maybe. There we go. He's he is a splendid lad. There we go. All right. My ass is fat, my pussy poppin', my hands are feet, my feet are hooves. God, that's a very funny song. Just a guy talking about how he's a horse, I guess. Also, speaking of songs, literally right before stream, I was singing Snake Eater from the titular Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Good song. Never played the game. Really want to, though. Like, I really want to play Metal Gear, but also, like, I can't manage to get the original Metal Gear Solid, like, on any of my stuff, so, like, oh well. Yeah. Someday you'll go to the ranch. Some days you'll feed on a tree frog. It's a very, very fun song. Ah, they're frills. I drew them wrong. Oh well. Yeah, so they'd be more like this. Yeah, and it'd be more like that, and then yeah. Has to survive. Get you out of there, 'cause you're very cool. My ass is fat, my pussy poppin'. I hope I didn't choose a character that's a bit too ornate for the time that I have. If I did, then no matter. Someday you'll go through the rain. Every once in a while, I keep thinking about the thumbnail idea for like whenever Clockwork Stephanie, Name Pending, and I like get around to doing the like actual Snowgrave route like series. Like we did one episode, but that was a while ago. But like whenever we decide to go through that, the part where we get to the Titan, like I'm so excited to have it be just my name is Edwin, Edwin, Edwin. I made the mimic. It was difficult to put the pieces together. Like that Edwin silhouette. I know that the Titan silhouette before like the actual like fight starts, where it looks like the silhouette of a guy, is the highlights of like a picture of Shaquille O'Neal. Like I'm fully aware of that, but also like it looks like Edwin. It looks like Edwin Murray from that one fuck ass like music video. Now I can't do anything but sing the stupid song. My name is Edwin, Edwin, Edwin. Give him so many fuck-ass bells that he'll be jingling all the way to my bedroom. Jingle bells, Batman smells, and let's say hypothetically, Robin laid an egg. The, Batmobile, lost its wheel, and, for the sake of argument, the Joker got away. Grab you. My name is Edwin. This hand is backwards. My name is Jongles. I drew the cloud. It was difficult to put the hand together. There we go. Yeah, now when this is positioned in the right way, if you rotate the hand, it'll be correct. Yeah. I'm starting to question my hold on reality, but I looked at my own arm, doing like what this would be doing, and yeah, that is, the thumb should be on the outside here, not on the inside like this. So that is correct, my boyo. I'm going to trap you in New York City. Now I can't do anything but sing this stupid song. My name is Edwin. My name is Gaster. I made Deltarune. It was difficult to put the pieces together. See of how things went so wrong, but now I can't do anything but sing this stupid song. My name is Gaster. I assume that the pants are actually fairly high, because I'm gonna have these sort of like go down like this, and this is a bit ambitious for me. I'm not great with fabric. Well, I guess everything's looking good so far, so I might as well keep going. Yeah, this arm is a little long, and honestly, these legs are also a tiny bit too long. So what I'm actually gonna do... Actually, no, I think the arm I think the arm's alright. Also, have you guys seen the new Big Top Burger? You see, I sent it in chat because I'm very excited about it, and Alex Hirsch is the main voice actor of the episode. I love that man. Gravity Falls was my childhood. My name is Edwin. Edwin. Much smaller dude has. I'm just generally gonna scribble because that helps me get the point across in my own nism. And I think that his pants are tucked in. They're tucked in cozy for the night. It also helps so that the pant legs don't come up. I was about to say, oh, I put this on the wrong layer, but these layers are gonna become one layer eventually. I forgot the bottom teeth. There we go. You make me smile. And I gotta make you baggy like a bag. You can get those for decoration, because this guy is a jester. Oh yeah, that's why I can't do that. What I can do, though, is do a fun little thing called erasing. Consider this a gesture of my gratitude. You see a very gratuitous... you see a very, a gesture full of gratitude starts jingling his bells. He jingles his bells in a fancy little jig. Yeah, I said gratuitous, but gratuitous is the wrong word for it. I've been chewing gum, and now I'm no longer chewing gum. Do I know how these shoes work in perspective? Not in the slightest. Does it really matter? No. No, I don't suppose it matters. They're these funny curly shoes. You see, I find them very fun and silly. Okay, where's this layer below? I think this arm is a bit too long. There we go. Hmm. Now this must be shortened for the good of this art. I must measure the board with. Oh, why? It must be done! God, I love Hunter the Parenting so much. It's very silly and goofy and fun. might take some. I looked at the character permissions, and I am allowed to take some liberties with the outfit. So I'm gonna keep it mostly similar, but I kind of like the idea of uh, this frill having like lacy or frilly bits on the edges instead of just more bells. So I might do that. Thank you for giving me the art permissions to do that. That was very cool of you. You make me smile. Now, is this person a smooth or rough pen kind of person? I think they're a smooth pen kind of person. You know what? I was right. They are a smooth pen kind of person. Make me smile. There we go. That's better. Now I can erase that. Renew the lines. Make sure to care about line width. Because of the angle, it's a little awkward to draw noses sometimes, but I will continue to do my best. What matters more is that it looks good rather than it is like anatomically correct with a human nose. Sometimes anatomy doesn't look good, and oftentimes most times it does. You know, the creator of this character said, like, oh yeah, he's like in his 40s. This man is not in his 40s. This is like a 50-year-old man. If this is him in his 40s, how poorly did he age? And there we go. There we are. There we go. Alrighty. Grab that. Redo you. I hope to meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do. In the sky, drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna need to redo those eyebrows. Maybe even that. There we go. Okay, gamers, I am going to be RB. I'll return shortly. Enjoy the music.
Did you know that I have returned?
More likely than you think. Hi, I'm back. There we go. And now let's return to the art. Mike, the board, please. Whip whip. Whip whip. Whip whip. Mike, Mike, I'm bored. I'm gonna kill you. Whip will. Mike, gotta kill you. I'm fucking bored. How does your chin actually look? Because I want to double check to see if I got it evil. I could soften it out a little bit. As I take a sip of my now freshly gotten water, I sure am living large. I'm living bigly. For the past couple of days, I've been looking into this game called Vintage Story, and it is exactly what I want out of a survival game. Like, I don't think I've seen a more, for lack of a better term, autistic game before. Like a autistic survival game, because it's like, in order to make a, let's say, an iron pickaxe, really comparing it to Minecraft. Right? What you have to do is you have to get ore by mining, which is, or not, well, not by mining. You have to get ore by finding copper. Okay? And then you have to take that, heat it up in order to purify it, then and melt it. Then you have to take clay, turn it into a pickaxe head mold shape, fire that in a firing pit or a kiln, which is its whole other ordeal. Then, now that you have that mold, then you have to make sure that you made tongs so that you can handle the crucible that you also made out of clay, in order to hold the metal. And then you pour the metal into the mold, let it cool down, take it out with your tongs, quench it in some water, and then you have the head. And then you can just like put it on a stick, and then you have a pickaxe. It is a complex system. And I want to play it so bad. Everything is intensive. Also, a big mechanic is like time dilation. It's super cool. Like not time dilation, but like, temporal storms like wrecking yo shit. Creating a bunch of horrible eldritch monsters that are here to come and fucking kill you. They're bored and they're gonna kill you. And like, the game's not done yet. It's still in development. It's just like Minecraft, it has stable versions now. And like, they've added a bunch of story stuff to it because there's story and lore. I have Minecraft. I have all the versions of Minecraft. I've bought in them. I've obtained them with currency. However, Vintage Story looks more my speed. Like, I could mod Minecraft a lot to have what I'm looking for. Like, those mods are free, and that's cool. But also, like, this other game is right here. I have disregarded maidens and obtained Minecraft with currency. And it's cheaper than Minecraft by a few dollars, and like it's so worth it. It's so worth it, and I need to get the money for it. This is my absolute favorite song in this entire soundtrack, by the way. Traveler's Reprise, it is my absolute favorite. Like the way the theremin comes in into like the Traveler's theme really adds so much, and now that I go back to the main theme, it feels like I'm really missing something. Oh, by the way, Dicey, how'd your writing thing go? Like your writing thing yesterday. I really might have to. Actually, no, I could just like lock the fuck in. Never mind, we'll see. Oh boy. You see, this is a very silly man. I'd want to hear for good measure, my boy. It is a pleasure to be here, folks. It's time to boogie. A knockout. Ladies, good golly, yeah. Everyone, Charlie Puth with the keys. Disregard maidens, acquire currency. Disregard maidens, acquire currency. There we go. There we go. Isn't he beautiful, Gordon? Also, I looked at the attacks that people have done for this character ahead of time to get some ideas. Uh, before the stream, and I noticed this will be the second attack ever done for this character. This is a momentous occasion. It feels almost like a christening. And it's certainly the first like full body. Like this feels like a christening of the character. I'm so happy to be like a part of it. You know, like this character is really fascinating to me design-wise, and I'm not sure why, besides just like gesture, but also that's not exactly it. I've seen a lot of like gesture characters that are just kind of okay at best to me. There we go. Actually, I might need to redo that so that it can be rounder. Everybody again so hard. Everybody. Get to that because we're awesome. This frill is a little bit complicated, but that's sort of how frills go. Frills are just sort of always complicated. I need to redo that whole thing there. Do you? Damn. Okay, I'm trying to figure things out as I go, which is an interesting way to do it. It's a very interesting way to do it. That being said, I'm not quite sure how at the moment. Okay. I may have messed this up a little bit, but we are kind of playing by ear. Clown. There we go. Good golly, Miss Molly was even there too. With a splish splash, I got back in the bath. I jumped. No, that's the wrong part. And with a splish splash, I jumped out the bath and I got my dancing shoes on. Yeah. See, mirror horizontal. Mirror it horizontal. Yes. Swap it to the other side. Magnificent. Upside down, to me that looks way better because I'm cool. Don't mind the popping of my elbow, that's just to keep me fully functional as I draw. Wow. Wow. What would you do if I was just a shy guy who gave a lot of fucks? I'd give you a singular penny. You know what? I would appreciate that penny. I would cherish it for real and for true. I would give you a singular penis. For yours to keep and do with as you will. I don't know why I decided to draw this the way I did, because it is taking a bit more time and effort. But also, like, this extra time and effort is kind of what makes the world go round, so whatever. Let me double check in the Discord just to make sure you haven't put in what you're drawing. Man, I'd love to see it, even if it may not be complete. Also, how's the portal orb going? How's your funny core going? Forgot to finish it. Fair enough. I've done that all the time. The, the design is mostly done. Ooh, that's good. God, the amount of stuff that I'm like, yeah, I'm excited to draw it. I'm so excited to fucking draw it. I'm gonna do it so good and cool. And then I don't because I forget it like 5 hours later. And then it sits in my folder of art for like 2 years. And it's like, oh, what the fuck is that dwarf thing there? It's like, oh, that's a all right, that's a thing that I did. What would you do if you're playing Sonic Adventure 2 and instead of Shadow, it just showed this guy and he was stealing the Chaos Emerald? This man has Chaos Control. Not that Hot Topic wannabe, or that blue gumball son of a bitch. What if it was Guffaw the whole time? Popping my back like I'm elderly. Thank you, Nightbot. I appreciate you. Get this together. Oh, by the way, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is like fully in color on Webtoon now, and I'm so confused about that. Why is he here? Why is he here? I Full Metal Alchemist. Good. It's good. But also, like, I was looking at the Webtoon. What are they got it? It's censored. They got rid of some of the body horror in it, and that makes me kind of sad. Feels like there's a bit more than that. Ah, all right, let me. There we go. Do, da, do, 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 do. Give me orange meat. Get orange meat. Give me you. And his finger is a bit more blocky. I made this man a silly. Is it weird to be kind of nervous for Sunday? Like, I'm very excited, uh, because, like, it's a game that I've been hearing is really good, but also, like, I've never played anything really like it before, as far as I can tell. Like, it's a weird game. So honestly, I'm a little nervous, but also like that excited kind of nervous. I feel like a little chihuahua that's shaking. Let's see how this looks. Okay, that's too shaky hand. You know, like, I hope I'm able to do the game justice. Dream barbecue. You're telling me you dream of barbecue? First we mine, then we craft. Minecraft. I do not know how fabric folds work doing it like this. I'm not sure how they work. I think that's fine. There's a bit too. I don't think there's a bit too much, like, detail there. There we go. Under you. If I fix you up, then maybe. You know what? That's crazy enough. That just might work. Ah, boy. Okay. Why not almost done? Lineup's almost done, and that makes me pretty happy. Okay, so here's the deal. I might actually skip out on doing the, like, shading, and just have this be flat color, because, like, the source here doesn't have any, like, shading. And so, like, maybe this will work. That little line may have just solved my issue with this one shoe. Artists hate this one simple trick. Just draw a line. Just draw a line, silly. Changes your name legally to Silly Williams. All of you collectively, everyone watching this, past, present, and future, changes your name to Silly Williams so that you can be Silly Billy. Don't mind me, I'm stretching like a cat. Unfortunately, not stretching like a clown, which is a lot sillier and has a really funny noise. Alright, Grabs. Alright, you know what? You know what? Fuck it. You know what? You know what? Fuck it. Legally changes your name to Grippins. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You're Grippins now. Yeah, sorry. I don't make the rules. You're Grippins now. Okay, all these have to be circles that are small. Man, Lord of the Rings would be so different if it was Marion Grippins. And he just went, I'm gonna grip you. First grip, yeah, but what about second grip? I'm not the best at a Pippin impression. Ooh, show me. As your clown, I simply demand the silly. It was supposed to fit as a wallpaper on my phone, but it didn't work. Ripperoni. Did you do it at the wrong aspect ratio? L plus aspect ratio. I must behold it with mine own eyes. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this man, and if he looks wrong... No, he looks fine. Yeah, he looks fine. Let me see. Oh, that's pretty cool. Is that a reference to Flowey? With the Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good art. Want me to show it on stream to just be like, hey, look at what people are doing, or do you want to like want me to not do that? That's fine either way. Good art. I like the comic book quality of it. All right, Pog. Open image, a new tab. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Blam. And then suddenly, I almost put the queen in again. Blam! Congrats on the good art. Did you put like a texture filter over this? But also it's Omega Mike, who is based off Flowey, so it's close. Ah, yeah, no, I guessed it right. It looks like you know, the TV and the vines. It looks like Flowey. It's quite good. Okay, I'm gonna save this before I continue. I used an airbrush I made a layer color. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, that's really cool. I would have done a texture thing. But now it looks real good. Also, I like the colors you chose. Let me see how this man's name is spelled first, actually. Alright. Guffaw. Artfight Guffaw _ 2025. There we go. It's now saved, and if I will not lose it. Tell me so I said. She can keep them all safe. They will die and be afraid. Mother, tell me so I say. Happy hair, where have you buried all your children? Tell me so I say. Let me put that underneath, because that was the wrong layer. Mother, tell me so I say. I really, really like seeing people's art. It's generally really, like, you know, generally speaking, very nice, very peak. Also, this is supposed to be a red, but this is very brown. I guess it's because, like, everything is a very muted, like a muted tone in the character's color palette. Mother, tell me so I say. Da, 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 da. I have an entire, like, group of people in a fantasy setting based just on Yellow Ochre songs. And they are a group of harpies, and their deities are basically like a not a dichotomy, like a trichotomy. Similar to the world of Darkness's harpy, like, you know, the harpy mother, the hare, and the hound, and like they represent different things, and they you know, the harpies believe that you know, the world was sung into existence, and so singing is incredibly important, and their language is incredibly like um tonal and rhythmic because it's singing. And like they have different roles in their at least this one group of Harpy Society, where like you know they're represented by three different classes based on the Harpy Mother, the Hare, and the Hound. Which is based on a Yellowker song where the like the Harpy, the Hare, and the Hound. You saying that reminds me of a D&D concept for if my character dies. Stop me if you've heard it before when I explain it. Ooh, I'd love to hear the explanation. Do tell. I've been playing for a while, so not a lot of like D&D character concepts are like the most original to me specifically. But that's not anybody's fault. That's just because I've been at it for a while. But you know, while you type that out, I'll continue to explain my thing. Uh, so so basically, these three groups of people. Hold on, a knight from a necromancy religious kingdom, traveling around the collect certain materials. All right, the MacGuffins. Needed for something big in the kingdom, and they just tag along with the party for convenience. Like that, I've heard a bunch of different like parts of that before. I'll say that much. I think it's a pretty interesting combination of all the things. Up in the hair and the house. You know, like they basically form into a three group system with their culture based off like the Harpy Mother, the Hare, and the Hound. And basically the Hare represents creation, the Harpy Mother sings everything into order, and then the Hound is like death and destruction. That's sort of like what they each represent. And the Hound, the way they sing is a lullaby because like they're singing everything to sleep, and then once they're asleep, they're dead. Because you know it's sleep. It's they sleep forever. The yada yada yada, and I think that's very cool. Let's see. They're always wearing a dark armor regardless of the occasion, unless you can. Okay, I've never heard of an awakened before, but I've heard of a revenant, which is like somebody came back with like a specific goal in mind, like unfinished business, the typical like undead thing. Is this the new D&D 20 like 2025 edition? You know, the new one that just came out? Cuz like if it is, I'm not familiar with that. Man, no, that seems interesting. I once played somebody who was infected by a zombie. He was he was pretty cool. I called him Mr. Colton Heel. And he was trying to like create an army of flesh golems. I basically I was playing a villain. I was playing an evil man. This is like everybody's evil man phase. Where they're like, I will play a villain. They will be evil, but also like I don't want to hurt the party any because like the party's cool, and also they're my friends in real life, so I don't want to do anything. Yeah, that sort of point in time. It is truly a rite of passage. You know, like, I really like these harpies that I've come up with in my brain. They're sort of... It's very rare when I actually manage to make my own blorbos. Like the blorbos from my shows, sort of deal. But when I do, god damn it, they're my favorite. I'm a big fan of my harpies. I'm also a big fan of the dwarves I made. And they are also super cool and also awesome. Oh my god, I forgot something about the character. Ooh, do tell, do tell. Look in the air and the hound, he is humming you a lullaby, and the hound. Get this later one. So due to the fact that in my D&D session bodies are objects, I made it so there's secretly a mimic. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's really funny. Okay, so there's this D&D YouTuber. He's on a very extended hiatus, and I want him to come back. Called his name's Jess Jackdaw on YouTube. Highly recommend looking at the videos, even though he hasn't uploaded in a while. Or like he was talking about one of his D&D characters who was like a mimic in the shape of a person, and that idea has always been so interesting to me because of it. And you just brought that to mind because like the character actually being a mimic is like an amazing concept to me. What does your blue look like? Your blue does not have these stripes. Thank you, 3 o'clock alarm. Now, there's so much I want to talk about, but if I talk about it now, then I may not have the space to talk about it later. When I'm doing streams dedicated to D&D, well, not D&D, but like tabletop stuff. Like I can just imagine confusing scenarios I can make. Oh, sick. Hey, is this why you were wanting to do a mimic in armor? Is this the mimic in armor you were drawing? I remember some things. I remember some things people tell me. Oh no, you never explained what it was. You just were talking about a mimic in armor. And I just sort of made the connection in my brain. No, like, this part of it's new. This part of it is completely new. I didn't know it was like a D&D character. Right, and then grab this blue. The blue has been grabbed. Deploy the boy. Boy deployed. And like I remember talking about how you could take inspiration from Resident Evil 4 remake with like they have some of the Las Plagas in armor, like in fun like Spanish knight armor. It's very cool, and I still highly recommend looking at that for reference. They're very cool, and there's a really cool Ashley Graham, not stealth, but like this whole sequence where you play as her, and because you have no weapons, you have to like get around them in this like convoluted library, and it's so cool. It's such a cool bit, and it's terrifying. This character is very warm-toned. That's pretty cool. Happy, how have you buried all your children? Tell me so I say. Happy, how have you buried all your children? Oh, tell me so I say. Get you because you are eyebrow colors. Oh, tell me so I say. You know, the fact that I was able to get like a whole group of people in my wrinkly, powerful brain. I say that as a bit. I find myself to be quite stupid in reality. However, I like saying that I'm very big and powerful brained because it's silly. You know, like in my brain, it's fun that I was able to like come up with the whole group of people just inspired by like a few songs. Like I cannot stress enough, Yellowcard does not have a lot of music yet. They're making more. Let me go down to the original size so that I can just sort of sneak in here and do this color. You know, I really like this character idea that you're talking about. This mimic knight that's pretending to be an awakened. Yeah, yeah, bro. Like, trust me, I'm totally a corpse. Like, don't worry about it. I'm a corpse. It's cool. It's fine. I'm not a mimic. I'm not the mimic, and this is not my funny secret. Actually, no, I do like that. Father, tell me so I say. But, it's going to be mine, but during most pitch shifts, it gets very. Ooh, I see, I see. Its design is very human. No. You know, I really like this so far. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to just chatting. Alright.
Because today is a school day, and I want to go in early to get more work done before class.
So what I am going to do is I'm going to do my ending read. I've been Bajongles. You can find me here on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, noon Pacific Standard Time. I would much appreciate a follow. Speaking of follow, you can follow me over on Bluesky and Tumblr, both at BigBoyArt1, username Bajongles. Also, you can look over on my YouTube for my VODs. They get posted a week after the stream happens. I'd much appreciate a like and subscribe. And with that, it has been a wonderful time streaming. Have a good day as well, Dicey. It is wonderful that you're here. I'll be streaming more concept art on Thursday, and then on Sunday I'll be getting to doing In a Dream barbecue. That being said, it has been a wonderful time, and I will catch you all on the flip flop. Bye bye.